Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In the 3rd century, the Persian religious teacher Mani described the world as being dominated by 4 great kingdoms: Persia, Rome, Aksum, and a 4th eastern kingdom often identified with China. What matters is that Aksum appeared on the list, not as a remote tribe or a minor trading settlement, but as an imperial power operating alongside Rome and Persia. Centered in what is now northern Ethiopia and Eritrea, Aksum commanded territories linking the African interior to the Red Sea. Its merchants participated in a commercial network stretching from the Roman Mediterranean to Arabia, Persia, and India. Its rulers minted gold, silver, and copper coins. They erected some of the largest monolithic stone monuments ever attempted. They adopted Christianity during the 4th century, making Aksum one of the earliest major Christian states in the world. At the height of its power, Aksum was an important partner in the strategic struggle between the Byzantine and Sasanian empires. Yet, in many popular histories, Aksum barely appears. Students learn about Rome and Persia, but Aksum is often reduced to a paragraph. That absence creates a distorted picture. Aksum proves that Africa was not waiting to be connected, it was connecting the world. The history of Aksum did not begin suddenly, it grew from deep regional foundations. Earlier cultural centers included Yeha, where an enormous stone structure was built during the 1st millennium BCE. Older theories treated this civilization as something imported from Arabia, a tendency in colonial-era scholarship to search for external creators. Modern archaeology presents a more complex picture. Aksumite civilization developed through substantial local continuity. Rome borrowed from Greece and Greece from Phoenicia. Aksum deserves the same standard. It was African in its geographical and political development. Aksum's location was one of the foundations of its success, positioned between several economic worlds. The capital stood in the northern highlands, supporting agriculture and food surpluses required by an urban and military state. The capital was connected to the port of Adulis, giving Aksum access to one of the most important commercial corridors in the ancient world. To the northwest was the Nile Valley, to the east the Red Sea, and beyond Arabia lay the Persian Gulf and India. Aksum's rulers converted location into power by protecting routes and linking the coast to the highland capital. One of the earliest descriptions comes from a 1st century merchant's guide, the Periplus of the Erythraean Sea. The text lists products imported into Adulis: cloth, glass, tools, wine, and olive oil. Exports included ivory and tortoise shell. Ivory was especially valuable, carved into luxury goods for Roman elites. Aksum channeled these commodities from the African interior. But Aksum was not just exporting raw materials. It possessed its own craft industries, metallurgy, and written traditions. Aksum was the first sub-Saharan state to issue its own gold, silver, and copper currency. Early coins displayed royal portraits and inscriptions in Greek and Ge'ez. This revealed a government speaking to both foreign and domestic audiences. These coins followed Roman weight standards, allowing Aksum's kings to operate within the same international economic world as Rome and Persia. Aksum's most visible achievements are its enormous stone stelae, declaring the empire's symbolic power. The largest monolithic stelae ever attempted were carved to resemble tall buildings, complete with false windows and doors. Quarrying and raising these granite blocks required immense labor organization and engineering knowledge. They turned royal authority into stone. By the late 3rd century, Aksum's status was significant enough to appear in descriptions of world power by the prophet Mani. Mani considered Aksum important enough to place beside the 2 empires dominating the Middle East, Rome and Persia. Yet modern historical memory reversed this. Aksum became obscure, marginalized in the institutions that later wrote global history. The most famous Aksumite ruler, King Ezana, marked a turning point in the empire's religious and cultural identity. Ezana's trilingual inscriptions reflect a kingdom connected to several worlds. His reign saw the empire's official conversion to Christianity. Aksum became one of the earliest states to place the cross on its currency, announcing its new faith through every merchant transaction. Aksum did not limit its ambitions to Africa. It projected power across the Red Sea into southern Arabia. In the 6th century, King Caleb launched an invasion of Yemen. This was not just religious defense but imperial geopolitics. Aksum was participating in the same combination of faith and power that shaped Roman and Persian policy. It was making Middle Eastern history. Aksum also holds a sacred place in Islamic tradition as a refuge for the early followers of Muhammad. Known as the First Hijra, this migration to the Christian kingdom of Abyssinia symbolizes an early moment of Christian-Muslim coexistence. The Najashi refused to return the refugees, a story that remains central to Muslim memory and helped preserve Ethiopia's independence. Aksum's decline was not a sudden collapse, but a gradual transformation driven by several factors. The rise of Islam shifted trade routes away from the Red Sea, and environmental pressure degraded the lands surrounding the capital. Authorities shifted south to more reliable lands. While the empire contracted, Aksum remained the sacred center of Ethiopian civilization. Why is Aksum less familiar today than Rome or China? The answer lies in how history is written. Modern world history developed inside European universities, centering Greece and Rome while treating African civilizations as regional. In 1937, Fascist Italy looted one of Aksum's stelae, a trophy from the state that once stood beside Rome as an equal power. Its return in 2005 symbolizes a reclamation of history. Aksum was not a curiosity, it was a global pillar. The Aksumite Empire was one of the great civilizations of late antiquity. It converted geography into power. It helped control the Red Sea, minted its own gold, and created an enduring African Christian civilization. Aksum reminds us that history is a network, and those who dominated their own age can still be marginalized in the stories told afterward. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments.